Hey everybody, again, just want to apologize that this video is late. This is for week 3, talking about nutrition. Again, y'all are doing a great job staying on top of things. Make sure you get through your discussion, through your quiz. Rely heavily on this video and the PowerPoints. That's where I get the questions for the quiz, so make sure you're on top of that. So when we're talking about nutrition, just want to hit some basics here, okay? A lot of benefits of it. Energy, making sure we protect ourselves from chronic illnesses, maybe enhancing our well-being and how we feel on the everyday, and enhancing the length of our life. So 2 major concepts I want to focus on. Nutrients are going to be classified into macro and micros, okay? So macros are the ones we need the most of. So that's going to be water, carbs, proteins, and fats. Micros are going to be vitamins and minerals. We need those in smaller amounts. Okay, so important to be able to distinguish those. Don't forget, water is actually considered a macronutrient. We need a lot of that. When we talk about carbohydrates, there's a couple different kinds. There's simple and complex carbohydrates. So simple is going to be your sugars. It is very basic. Complex is going to be your dietary fiber. It's going to be your starches. Minerals, there's also 2 different kinds, major minerals and trace minerals. And of course, remember water, super, super important for everyday life. Proteins are actually composed of 20 different amino acids, and 9 of those are considered essential, meaning they're made within our body, so that we need to get the other 11 in order to have that full protein. Fats are divided into saturated and unsaturated, and then there's fatty acids and cholesterol that also kind of fall in that world, and of course vitamins have to do with a micronutrient. Now, when we talk about water, understand it has several functions. It carries nutrients throughout our bodies, it maintains our body temperature, it lubricates our joints, aids in digestion, helps remove our waste. We need at least, the average human, just sedentary, not doing a ton of things, needs about 8 to 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day. Now, if you're active, if you're up and moving, if your job requires you to do that, remember, you're going to need more. So if you're an athlete, we always encourage them. If you're thirsty, you're already very dehydrated. So we're already behind the 8 ball. When it comes to protein, about 50 to 65 grams per day for the average human. Of course, that's going to be different for every single person. And remember, proteins form the basic framework for not only our muscles, so that's going to be helpful in weight training, but our bones, blood, hair, and fingernails. Different ways to get this. Meat is going to be the most common: poultry, fish, beans, eggs, nuts and seeds, even milk. You can even get some protein from grains and some vegetables and some fruits, so there's plenty of opportunity to get it. When we talk about carbohydrates, this is what provides the basic fuel to our brains and our bodies because of glucose, and you may remember the Krebs cycle and all of that from middle school and high school. 2 different types: simple, which is really your sugars, and then complex, again, starch and fiber. You want to have about 130 grams per day at a minimum of carbs. Really not a good idea to completely cut them out. Yes, you will lose weight, but yes, you will gain it all back. We really need 25 to 38 grams of fiber. This is very, very important. Whole grains, remember, are best. When we have refined grains, that basically means that product is stripped of all the fiber and the nutrients. Fiber is really important because it slows digestion, it helps us with our weight control, lowers the risk of heart disease, and it helps prevent constipation and diabetes. When we come to about fats, it's really important to understand that these help carry those fat-soluble vitamins. It protects organs from injury. If you think about that, if I've got some fat surrounding my organ, if I'm playing football, then if I get hit, that has some protection there. Fats also help regulate body temperature and aid in growth and development. So again, can't totally cut it all out, but we've got to do a good job keeping it in control. When it comes to vitamins, again, this helps put all of those things to use. It's kind of the thing that helps maintain it. Regulates growth, maintains tissue, releases energy. 2 types: fat-soluble and water-soluble. Fat-soluble vitamins are going to be vitamins A, D, E, and K. Water-soluble is going to be B and C. So that's just kind of what helps carry it. Is it fat or is it water that helps get it through the body? Minerals help build our bones and our teeth. They aid in muscle function, help send nervous system messages. We need 100 milligrams, which is very, 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 very small, of like sodium and potassium and things like that. And 10 milligrams, even smaller than that, of like iron and zinc and other ones. Now remember, calories is how we kind of measure the amount of energy that can be derived from a certain food. So your calorie needs are going to be totally different than mine based on goals and body type and weight and your body frame and all of those things. One thing to note: basal metabolic rate, or BMR, is the number of calories that you need just to function as a human. So if you're laying flat on your back not doing anything, your body is still burning calories because it has to keep things moving. So basal metabolic rate is there for everyone. Most calories, 2,000 is about the average for a human. Sometimes that's a little lower for guys, gals, or teenage boys where they need to eat everything. Remember calorie balance. It's negative to positive. So how much do I eat and how much do I expend? Okay, you got to keep that in balance in order to maintain weight. And obviously if you want to lose weight, you have to kind of basically have less that goes in and more that comes out. So it's just really, really important. And through body functions and then also exercise, we can help maintain that. So limiting portion sizes, making sure we're eating nutrient-rich foods, limiting added sugars, solid fats, even alcohol, and increasing our physical activity. So important just to kind of think about these things as we're going through this weight training class. Obviously, if you eat Burger King and then you try and go lift weights, you're going to feel like crap and you're not going to do as well. So we got to fuel our bodies well. So again, apologize that this video is a little bit late, but I hope you're having a great week. And again, make sure you get all your stuff done. See you next week.